Hi guys, how are you doing? I hope you're keeping well. So now that life is back to normal in Juba and we are all calm, I'll tell you my experience on that day, on that Thursday, the day of the shootout in Tumpeng area. I'm talking to you here as a mother with an autistic child. I'm talking to you here also as a resident of Tumpeng area. So we are actually on the same street. So when the fighting started, it affected us directly. So this is what happened. So I came from work and I realized there was a lot of army present in that street, in that area, and there was a lot of I don't know, we call them texture, right? Yeah. So I decided at that moment I was going to go out. I was actually going to move out of that house temporarily. I joined my cousin because I wasn't comfortable with their presence there, because we all know anytime these people are gathering in one place, there was always an issue. So by the time I went inside, I was preparing to take my kid to my cousin's house. I came out, then we were told, no, you're not going anywhere. Everybody should enter their houses. That is how the whole drama began. We went inside. We sat there, and a few minutes later, the shooting started. We immediately ran for cover. So while you guys were busy running under your beds and maybe trying to reach home, I was there praying to God to make my child calm, because I have an autistic child who is non-verbal. Let me tell you a bit about autism. Autism is a condition. It's basically a condition that affects the speech and the behavior of a child. So you'll find that the child has no eye contact. They have no sense of danger. They have sensory issues. They pace a lot. They walk up and down. Literally, they are very hyperactive. So, and something small like this triggers them. And these are children also who find safety in routine. So any small changes like this in the environment triggers them. It will make them have meltdowns, it will make them restless, it will make them have tantrums. And so you see, that day exactly I knew that it wasn't going to be good for him, because the shooting, the noise, everything was going to trigger him. He will have meltdowns. I know already the army outside, they were just behind our house. They were actually behind our fence. Of course, any movement could also, they're already tense outside there. So I felt like in case my son start having those meltdowns, they can cause us more problems. So I pray to God. Guys. To be honest, I wasn't worried about my safety that time. I was only worried about my child. I prayed. And I remember I prayed with tears in my eyes. I told God, please, make my son calm today. Because I know what meltdowns are for him. I know he may want to get out of the room. Usually when they happen, I usually take him out for a walk to calm him down. Or sometimes he will not even want to stay in a room. He would want to pace up and down. He want to be in the open. And already there were gunshots outside. People ran inside the house. Even some of our neighbors, they ran even to our house to come and hide. So already there was a crowd in the house. He doesn't like crowd. He doesn't like new people. He doesn't like, anything that is not the norm for him. So I just prayed. I told God, please make my son calm. That was my prayer. And honestly speaking, guys, I was so stressed up because of my boy. So what happened when the shooting started? First we were lying down. Then my mom told me, no, we have to go under the bed. This is a child. You cannot simply tell him to do things. You have to explain beforehand. You have to explain things to him. You cannot just tell him, come do this, and then he will do it. So him going under the bed when he has never been under the bed all this time, he couldn't understand it. I just prayed, guys. I just prayed. So first we were in the first room. We realized whatever the machine gun they were using outside was just adjacent to our fence, and it was just next to that room. So there was a lot of vibration, and that vibration can trigger him immediately. Do you know my son, Numlao? He does not, we don't even shave him. We don't take him to kinyozi or the barber. We don't take him there because the vibration on his head cannot make him do the haircut. So I usually do it even at home. So that vibration is not there. So we could feel the vibration when we were lying down on the floor. The vibration was very intense, and already that one was already making him very uncomfortable. So we moved to the other room. Also from that room, it was still the same. We moved to the other. We were just crawling down, and something funny. When I prayed, God heard me. He was able to take all my instructions that time, even for the first time. So we crawled down. We went to the other room. It was still the same. We went even up to the bathroom. The bathroom now was on the farthest end of the house. We went to the farthest bathroom. We went there, we stayed, but the vibration was really bad and the noise. So the whole time he was just covering his ears like this. But thank God, to be honest, I'm so grateful to God. He did not cry, he did not scream. He was just following our instructions. Even when the time came now, because the gunshot was really intense, and at some point we felt like they were using different guns. We didn't even know what they were because the sound were very different. They were not similar. That's when we realized now, there were different guns that they were using. So we had to move under the bed. So my mom went and asked me to also bring him, to convince him to go. So my mom was under the bed, and then he was trying now to also talk to him to come. I was also trying to calm him down so that he accepted. He accepted. He went under the bed. Guys, do you know how happy I was? I was really happy. He accepted. He went under the bed, but now the question was, for how long will he manage to stay in one place? These are kids that are very restless. They cannot withstand something that they have not done before. That is something very new to him. So it was really stressful for me. Guys, we kept on moving like that from 7 up to around midnight. And to be honest, the entire time I was only praying. I was just praying. I was just praying to God to make my son calm. That was honestly my only stress at that time. And I'm happy God listened to me. He didn't cry the whole entire time. He followed all our instructions. He didn't have an issue. And imagine, these are the instructions that he hardly follows in just a normal day. He wouldn't. It will take me time to make him understand why I'm asking him to do certain things. But that day, he did it. That one I can only say it was God, honestly. And, sometimes these wars that people start here in this South Sudan, trust me, it affects other people more than others. Especially for people like us with special needs children. What do you do during that time? Where do you confine them? Where do you find, let's say, to be honest, I was even thinking, what if, guys, while I was thinking of those things, I even cried. And I told God, please, don't make me be in a situation where I have to run and be helpless with my child in South Sudan. Because suppose I was going to run, how will my child even run? He can't do that. If I was to move to another place, how will he feed? This is a child who is very choosy. He doesn't eat everything. This is a child that he's used to routine. He doesn't, new environment, new things set him off. It will just be a beginning of a problem. So to our leaders out there, please, we need peace. We need peace. We need peace. Because some of us are dealing with more complex things. Even at that point, I was not even thinking about myself. I'm not even thinking about my safety. I'm only thinking about my child, how he's going to cope with all that drama, with all those shooting, with all that noise that was coming from the gun firing and all that. Please, guys, we need peace. Give us peace. Allow us to raise our children in a peaceful way. Allow us only deal with the conditions of our children, not another situation that has been caused by another human being. Thank you. Bye-bye.